everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to another, how did we say that we're going to talk about?
Back to business talks.
Back to business talks. Yes, in the meantime, we have changed let's say the name of we used to call it interviews, and we realized that we were actually talking too much to our guests, so we decided to call it Envision back to business action talks.
Yeah.
So that's new from the last time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here with us. We've been getting very amazing feedback about the talks, and we are really happy that you guys see it as useful.
So before you start with the questions and present our first guest, this is an amazing thing, and we are, by doing this, we're actually showing to everyone around that you don't have to have everything figured out. And you can start...
like nobody does.
Yeah, you can start with things. If there is something that you are planning at the moment, or you have going on and so on, and you're thinking that it's not perfect yet, and it's not packed with everything you wanted to have inside, it doesn't have to be. Start it, and then you can change it along the way. That's how we actually change this from interviews to talks. So.
Yes, and another thing is that before this Corona times, we decided to, make our YouTube channel alive. And for some time, we were in the, do it perfectly zone. So we were thinking about the perfect lights and camera and environment and everything else, and we actually forgot the basic thing, which is providing quality content, which is the basic motivation for us to do YouTube videos. So when Corona started, we just realized, okay, cut the crap, and better done than perfect. And as you can see, we are now in our home office, and with our doors behind, and welcoming our amazing guests, Erna Sosevic, who will be definitely sharing some practical tips today with us. Erna, welcome.
Hi, Envision team. Thanks for having me here, and thank you for the invitation to be part of this new branded show, Envision Talks. And
it really sounds fancy, does it? And
yeah.
At the start, I would like to thank you now live in the video for complimenting us for our beautiful doors.
I love it.
I love your bookshelves
too. Me too.
Thank you.
It looks like one big camera. I don't know why, but it does remind me of that.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is my small library, and here is my working desk. So in these Corona times, I have to just manage to work from home. And this room didn't exist 3 weeks ago, so I just decided to make it, and to make my own space where I can work.
Definitely.
Wow.
Great.
Erna, I just want to start to say a few words about you. We met basically a year ago,
yeah.
I think so, and you came to Bihać, to the city where we live close by, and I remember that it was the first time that we met, but we spent around 5 hours together.
I know. I know. It was so strange. Like, I know you for a lifetime.
Exactly. And so you definitely, for those of you who don't know, Erna is a businesswoman and also a startup consultant. As we all know, you can best help others when you go through the same thing. So Erna has been in the startup world for about 3 years, right?
3 years.
3 years, and she has an amazing business going on, which we'll talk about a bit later. But when it comes to Erna, I think I don't know anyone who is that charismatic and that hands-on action like you are, Erna. So I am extremely happy, to have you here with us, because I'm sure that you will just provide hands-on solutions which can be implemented, in the next 5 minutes.
Like one
Thank
of
you
those,
for this kind introduction.
yeah, one of those is to set up your office, in a room that didn't exist.
Yeah, true. I really didn't know that I had that in me for like in past 10 years. It was more like everything was in order. You go to school, you finish your education, get a job, get married, get kids and stuff like that. But at one point, it wasn't enough for me. So that kind of order. So why everything has to be in some kind of order? That's not life. So that's when I decided that I really need something new, that I need to find myself, because if I'm gonna work some meaningless job for the rest of my life and just don't feel the thrill of when I have to go to work, when I do something with all that kind of achievement, so it just wasn't worth it. So that's like what you say, I had something, it was something that I had to find in me, and it wasn't just natural to me like 10 years ago.
I think that most entrepreneurs go through that story and ask the same questions.
Definitely. And it's a hard way to go.
It's hard but exciting, right?
True.
I've heard one of the maybe best explanations from one Croatian entrepreneur, Kristina Ercegovic, when she was asked, if being an entrepreneur is so hard, like you have to think, all you have is uncertainty. You never know how the next month is going to look like, and you struggle with money, with clients, with everything. So why do people become entrepreneurs? Why do we go like consciously into that? And she responded. She said, entrepreneurship is just like parenting. It is hard, but it gives meaning.
Yeah.
So,
I love that sentence.
Oh, I have chills. I have chills.
Yeah.
And you are definitely doing something with meaning and providing value to so many companies here, especially with one of the things that we usually, or many entrepreneurs do struggle with, and that is sales. So can you please just tell us a bit about Bizbook and what inspired you to start it?
Yeah, so Bizbook is an interactive B2B online place. I can call it like that because I don't like really the term platform. There are a lot of platforms, but they do different things. So like place, it's more like cozy, and you want to be there and you want to share what you have. So building my mission is to build a regional digital online place or platform where entrepreneurs can come and just publish what they can offer to other entrepreneurs and to other companies, and just to try to interact with them and try to build that relationships and try to work with each other. So it's not just sales, sales and networking. It's more than that. It's really building a relationship.
Great.
Oh, I see you were practicing this pitch, because
no, this is the first time like this. I was more like formal. This is informal because your guy's informal.
because it was like very short, and you gave pretty much all the information, inside, and I'm like,
but
okay.
I like it. It was like straight to the point, and this is it. If you don't like cozy and nice place to be and form relationships, like that's not for you. But anyway, like all businesses, I suppose that Bizbook was affected by this Corona times. What happened to you guys?
So first, we just saw there's a panic everywhere, and our users were just calling and say, okay, I know that I owe you, I owe to pay invoice, so can you just wait to see how it's gonna go? And they were like all over the place and without any concrete actions, and can you help us to do that and that? So I sat with my team and we just decided, let's just not call our users and ask them to pay us. It can wait, so let's just see what can we do for them. So we had one campaign and it's ongoing at the moment, where we are promoting our clients on all social media networks. And we are just trying to tell them that they're not alone. We're here for them. Also, we extended the trial period for all new users who want to come and who want to just explore the market and see what's out there, and to just try to find some new business partner that they can just start doing business after all this.
And what was coming up in these, let's say, communication with the clients? What since you are working more or less for the network, so to say, you should actually know better what concerns are, and and how does it relate to you?
Okay, so we're communicating with them every day. After we started that campaign, they just start sending us emails with thank you notes and all that kind of stuff, that we are really giving them support. So it was really important for us that they can feel that they're there for us. So then that we are there for them, and also they're there for us. So that's how we just managed to communicate with them in these times. Also, we created the Facebook group. It's called Bizbook Mreža Poslovne Zajednice, or Bizbook Network of Business Community. So we just invite all our users to come in and just to start chatting about all the things that are happening right now, with all the measures that our government decided to do. And also we try to ask them what they would do if they could do something in this, and we really found that they are really imaginative. They would do a lot of stuff, but of course they are not the one who can do anything at this point, because the government made decisions. But what we did is we said, okay, are you for some kind of webinar, how to I don't know, how to first start to talk to yourself about all this happening. Are you talking to your employers? Are you talking to your business partners or your customers? And what we saw is that everything was frozen at the point. So they didn't do anything. They just locked their accounts. They said, we won't pay anything because no one will pay anything to us, and we'll just wait to see what will happen. And I don't think that's the way to go, especially now when even if everything is in some kind of extreme situation, but you always can do something. So we organized that webinar, and there were like 12 entrepreneurs who were just sharing their fears and their terrible experiences. And at the end, they just figured it out. It was all in their heads. So nothing really happened yet. So nobody came to their office and said, you won't work anymore, you have to lock down. So there is a hope, especially when they see that everyone is in the same situation. So we have to fight together. So that's what we do. We're trying to talk to them, and to we are asking them what they want from us. What can we provide for them in this kind of special environment?
If you had to name one thing that was a gift to you or your business or your life in general from these Corona times, what would you name?
It would be the part of my my notebook with the name My Genius Ideas. So I didn't know I had them so much. So now I'm using extra free time, just to write all down. And I also write one great project for women entrepreneurs that I'm just looking for for a partner, you're in definitely. So we're gonna try to just to do something by the end of this year for our female entrepreneurs, the female founders here in Bosnia. Maybe even try to connect them with the female founders, entrepreneurs from the regional countries. But I was really overwhelmed when I saw all that, because, you know, like you said, all this experience that I'm having every day, it's just something had to come out more than just for Bizbook. So that's the thing that I'm doing now.
Yeah, it's a great thing how you mentioned that. I mean, we just talked to George, whose interview we had, was it 2 weeks ago or something? And he said it's like we cannot wait for things to resolve and develop and so on, you know, and for someone else to create our reality, because we are creating our reality, and we want to do that right now. So that's the thing, you know. If I don't know if any of the businesses is affected in one way or the other and so on, you know, even in these times when we're on a lockdown and people are not allowed to move that much and so on, you know, but even when this stops, business as it is going to change, and it's going to ask of businesses, of companies, to start working.
Asking.
Yeah, it's already asking, but it will even more to change your strategy, change your perspective, change your products, your services, or something like that, you know. And you can, with all the resources that one has, one can actually make a lot of different options. It doesn't have to be something that used to be before, and that's the beauty of it.
And I think the change is something that we in business are something that we're basically used to it, even though sometimes we don't see it. But for example, for us, this is our 4th year as entrepreneurs full time, and when it comes to us, the ideal business strategy and the reason why we started InVision was to help teams work better through team building programs, educational workshops, and so on. But I got pregnant, and then there was a baby coming, so we decided, you know, just to since I wasn't able to travel, so we decided to change the business strategy to business coaching, since we already were doing that, and also talent discovery. So basically, in the first 2 years, when the baby came and so on, we literally shifted from team building programs to startup coaching. And that was the first thing. When baby started growing and so on, when we were able to travel, we shifted everything, not everything, but most of our business back at team building and workshops and business meetups and so on. And then when we were thinking about going full-time, you know, to the almost like full-time, 95% to the team building and workshops, Corona happened. So again, we needed, you know, to make a change and change our business strategy. But since we did it a lot of times before, it wasn't so hard. I mean, we knew, okay, we were definitely frustrated because, you know, 80% of our events got canceled, and 80% of our income got canceled too. And then we had to literally shift our focus to something else that will bring us money, because we this is how we live from. And also another way to, you know, help people. So as famous business coach Brendan Burchard said, this is definitely a situation where entrepreneurs should be acting like really quickly, and you know, like it's their safe zone, because we all lost clients, we all we didn't have financial stability. We had to change our business strategies. We had to cancel events. And, I mean, that's something that entrepreneurs are already used to it. You know, it already happens. So I'm like curious, what did you have to change when Corona started?
Well, first of all, we we didn't go to work anymore, so it was the first thing that has to really we had to adapt, because you know, where you meet your team every day, it's totally different than when you just talk to it through Zoom, or I don't know, any kind of other digital tool where you can communicate in a meeting. So it was first for me, it was how to organize the business and how to just start working like nothing happened, but even though it did. But you know, when you're leading in something, everyone is looking at you, and you just have to be an example and just see that it's not a big deal. But at one point, I just decided to say, you know what, it is a big deal. You know, if our clients don't want to pay us, they could, but they don't want to. So it's totally different situation. We didn't have so far. So we had to just figure it out some other way how to survive this period. So let's just put out all our fears and just to see what will come out. Just put them out there. So it was really frightening. It was more like surprising that no one said, I'm afraid to lose a job. It was a great thing for me because they know that we'll manage with what we have. But I really just wanted to see the ideas. Okay, what can we do? So this campaign was their idea. They said, we want to do something for our users, so let's do this. Let's give them free promotion and see what will happen. And our customer support service said that like the mails are just keep coming every day, so people are just communicating. So it was a big deal for me, just because we are a small startup. Even now, we are a startup. If we look for some huge startups in the world, we are not that big. But we are happy with the result that we accomplished at this period. Also, we are just starting to negotiate with two companies from Croatia. They are really eager to start working for Bizbook.hr, and it could be our next step. I would like them to be, because also, like any other country in the region, Croatia is fighting for the new opportunities, and also this regional network would be a good thing now for all of them. So that's something that I'm doing at the point. And also, like I said, there's a lot of ideas that just came out of all of this. I think there are so many opportunities that we can now even more work together and build some new stuff, because the world is changing, like you said, and we cannot just undo it. So it's happening now, and we just can be with it, or just, even if we fight it, it will go without us. So better just to come along and try to do something out of us.
I love the other day on LinkedIn, I saw a post. I think it was from Rashad from Ministry of Programming. He was saying how since he is in the startup world, a lot of people are saying that, oh, like, you know, unfortunately, this period is not like the next few months won't be good for startups. And like the startup world has started growing, and then with Corona times, it's going down. And his perspective was quite the opposite. He said that, you know, startups are there to provide solutions to existing problems. So if now we have more problems or more challenges, it's only natural that more startups will rise who provide actually solutions for that. And when it comes to your company, I believe, I mean, it's not something that you just started, but it's definitely something that provides solutions in these times. When you have, as you said, space, a cozy space where you get to network and, you know, write and send offers and see what other people are asking and or searching for, or who to partner up. It's amazing that you can just do it, or like schedule a meeting or whatever. It's amazing that you can do it from your home. And I believe definitely that is the opportunity, and I congratulate you. I'm really proud of you for starting the regional project, and I am definitely sure that it's going to be a boom.
Thank you. I hope to, especially because, like you said, it's opportunity, and I just saw the fellow startup founders that they are really in fear, like everyone else, because the global fear is really dangerous thing. So that's just because they're thinking about financing. So if you're a startup founder, you know that you have to bootstrap for a while, and it's just like go back to roots. Like when you've been 3 years ago, you'll be just a few months ago, and it's okay. And also, like you said, you have to adapt. So I think that's the main thing, that why startups are just thinking that it's not their time, because the finance will be critical for a while, but it's just for a while. So yes, and regarding the regional expanding, it's more like natural decision, especially because our companies mainly want to work with the companies from the region, because we talk the same language. No, we understand each other, and also we worked like for decades together, and we are close. And when we had a questionnaire with them, and we asked them if we could go to some other country with Bizbook, what would it be? And it was like definitely companies from the region. So it's Croatia, Serbia, and Slovenia. So like I said, there's it's logical decision, and I really think that our entrepreneurs will show the quality of their companies, their products and services, and just find the partners out there. Also, we are cooperating with Enterprise Europe Network, EEN Network, and they are publishing the demands from the countries of companies from the countries of Europe, and who want to cooperate with our clients, our users. So it's really great. I don't know how to call it, spice to all the offer that we have so far. And also we additionally managed to connect few of them with that companies from Europe. So it was a great start just to see that our companies and our entrepreneurs are ready for a next step, and not just few big companies, but also the small manufacturers and small companies. They can really work with the big guys from Europe.
That's something that is actually about to change, because in this lack of movement at this moment, it actually started while it was while industry in China was on hold in February. Germany already started making partnerships throughout the Europe for, especially for the suppliers that they lost at that time in China, but they actually thought that it's going to last a little bit longer. And this is an area that might change and be affected in the future times. Do you have any perspective of it?
Yeah, I think really that regarding our entrepreneurs, and that's the only thing that I can speak of, because I know them and how they think and why they're doing what they're doing. I think that this time just show them that if they are not online, they do not exist. So all the small entrepreneurs who decided that they don't need websites, they don't need a web shop, that Facebook page is nothing, and all the kind of stuff, they just saw that they are really endangered by the situation like this, because many entrepreneurs just start working like nothing happened. For example, I know there's a client, he owns the company for delivery, and he said he never had more work than now. So he cannot just provide all the extra orders and shipments and deliveries, how many orders he gets. So there's an opportunity for everyone in some kind of in every situation. But if you're not online, you are not anywhere. So we decided the next period, by the end of the year, we want to organize workshops when we're going to call all entrepreneurs who do not exist online, if I can say that. They don't have virtual presence, maybe that's the better term, and just to show them how they can just improve their business if they just open a Facebook page, or they join Facebook, for example, or they just go to some kind of webinar or seminar and just find out what's more out there. Because if they decided to stay in this kind of condition and not change anything when change is really needed, they probably won't exist in the next period of time.
Exactly. Last question from me. Let me just make a small intro. Few weeks ago, I was a speaker at one summit, and about burnout. You never experienced that, right?
No. What's that?
Yeah. But anyway, after my talk, one lady from Sweden asked me, to have a free session with her. And when since she wants to start her business, after one session, since we tackled a lot of subjects, and Amir and I were also like really interested in her work. She has a doctorate in neuroscience. So we basically, we had a thrill talking to her about human behavior and, how things work. And we just, one session wasn't enough. So we asked her, like, would you like another session? We'll go like deeper into your business idea, what you can do. And she was shocked, she was, and at some point she asked me like, but what's in it for you? And that actually shocked me, because that was like the first week of that we were in self-isolation, and we had all this hype, just to do what we can. And we didn't even think, how much time that's gonna take us, and we just felt that it's something valuable for us to do, and we felt useful. And when she asked me like, what's in it for you, that shocked me. And I explained it to her, it's in these times we definitely like to feel, even though like many things have been canceled and so on, this feeling when you help someone makes you feel fulfilled, and makes you feel useful, and that's something that helps you go through this challenging time. So to wrap up, when you're doing all these things with your team, aside from having 2 kids, a husband, and I'm sure that you have like more family to take care of, what's in it for you?
Well, it's a really difficult question, really. It's more like I'm still searching for why am I here? All of us, we have different kind of questions. Why are we on this planet? It cannot be just for me to have kids and to be someone's wife. So it was never an option for me. I just knew that I knew it has to be something more. With Bizbook, I saw this, like I always say, this challenge and opportunity as well to do more. And I'm doing more for myself, because I'm learning every day, and I'm just discovering what more I can do for the community, for me, for my friends, for my family, and it's really rewarding. So for now, it's more like I'm discovering myself. So that's what's in for me. So I still didn't reach. I think I'm maybe on 20%. I'm modest. So 20% I discovered, and I'm really looking forward to see what's still coming. Maybe with Bizbook, maybe with some other project. But I really think that I'm on a good path, because I really feel I'm happy.
I had literal chills.
Yeah. Thank you.
Do you have any questions?
That is the beauty of like like 3 months ago and 5 months ago and 10 and 15 months ago, we didn't know what the future would look like. The only thing that has changed right now is that nobody knows. And I don't know if it gives us the like when I'm saying all entrepreneurs, especially in startups, they don't know if they're going to exist the next year. Not to mention what will the challenges be and what kind of services and products will they be offering the next month, or I don't know, in the next 5 or 6 and so on. Because it can always change or evolve or get canceled in a certain way. But uh, I don't know if we feel anything about having all these people not feeling it right now, but I definitely know that we don't feel that much is changed, because not knowing what's going to be the next month or the next 2 months or next year is actually something that makes us that gives us an inspiration and motivation, and it actually gives us the opportunity to create our own reality. And as you just
Well said.
yeah, as you just said, this is like, I don't know, but I
I
just
know it
need
makes
to,
me happy.
yeah, it makes me happy. I want to do something and have that. I mean, that's what's so beautiful about it. And I would like for everyone who is not an entrepreneur or is thinking about it and will be and so on, just to know that it's a feeling that you get used to, you know. So you might feel fear of change at this moment because you don't know. Usually we fear of things that we have no knowledge of, but you get used to it, and it actually becomes your food sometime. Whenever the things become solid and like in a certain kind of ritual and so on, we act in a way that we want to change it and stir it up a little bit. So to create this uncertainty.
I guess we all actually went to entrepreneurship because, we wanted something more. Not knowing what, not knowing how to get there, but just as you said it, why does life has to be in order? That's not it. So it's just like this feeling of more. Thank you, Erna.
Thank you very much.
It was great to talk to you. As we discussed, so there's a Facebook group, Bizbook network for the business community, right? Or in Bosnian Bizbook mreža za poslovnu zajednicu. There you have webinars and a big network of companies from different sectors, I believe. And also for those of you who did not check it yet, check out bizbook.ba or com. BA. And they, as Erna said, they already have a trial period for newcomers. So, you just might want to check it out and see where it takes you.
Yeah, explore the possibilities.
Yeah. Thank you again, Erna. This was a special pleasure. And we are looking forward to seeing bizbook.hr.
Thank you guys for having me again. It was great talking to you again, and I'm glad it's not 5 hours, because I don't know who would listen to us for 5 hours. You really good talk. That's definitely, and also I'm looking forward with the new project with you, and really hope that you will stay tuned for the all new coming things in Bizbook and in Vision. And greetings to all of your viewers and listeners.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for next interview. Bye.